America is failing and falling in the global happiness ranks. According to the United Nations World Happiness Report, America fell from 13th in 2015 to 14th last year. We're way down the list. You know, here we are, an economic giant. We're a world leader. We've got YouTube. We've got Snapchat, for crying out loud. We can TiVo. We can record our shows and binge watch. We should be so happy, right? Well, apparently we are not. So why is America bombing in happiness? We're going to be taking that on and finding out how you can be happier right now. Bring some nurture for your happiness and the next generation. And boom, we're taking it on with Linda Williams. She's a personal and professional life coach. She's the author of Whose Apple Is It Anyway? And she is our guest live from Seattle, 8:20 a.m. The Word. Linda, thanks for joining us.
So thanks for having me, Michelle. I'm really, really happy to be here.
Okay, let me just ask you, you happy?
Yeah, I am. Took a long time, but yes, I am.
That's very good. Let me ask you something about happiness. Sometimes we don't feel happy. Sometimes, life is, well, what life is. Is happiness a choice? What exactly is this elusive happiness that apparently, according to the United Nations World Happiness Report, America doesn't have as much of anymore?
Something you said about that just had me chuckling. You know, the truth of the whole matter is simply this. Happiness is not an external commodity. Happiness is permeated from within. Why is that important? That's important because if we externalize our perspective of what makes us happy, then we are setting ourselves up at the mercy of circumstances, situations, people. If we can ground ourselves in the purpose that God created us for, set our GPS, which is our goals, our purpose, and our strategies, then what we can do is maintain the focus necessary to ensure that we reach the destinies that are so tied to our happiness.
Interesting. We are in a place where America isn't happy. We're in a place where we have more, we can consume more. Everything is at our fingertips, really. Mm-hmm. If we don't feel well, we can debate healthcare all we want, but there are a host of differing things that we can do right at our fingertips. We have everything, but we battle depression, we battle dissatisfaction. Start us out simply.
Say that again.
Start us out simply on this road to finding happy.
Well, you opened it up when you said that we're battling depression. When you read this report, it indicates that one key indicator of the happiness factor that they've discussed in this report is mental health, okay? And the mental health of the mother because she's raising the children. So we have an issue in America. The mental health situation is really almost alarming, and that fed into our lower scores. Now, the report indicates that income, health, and life expectancy are the things that we're high in. When you look at Switzerland, who came in high on that list, they didn't come in high because they had all those things that you're discussing here. They had good economic standing with their natural resources of oil, and in spite of that, they were happy because they went beyond that. All of the things that make for the mental health issue, people's self-determination, the way people feel about their ability to accomplish the happiness factor in their lives. And what the problem is, if you want to look at this from a macro level, Michelle, is that the cure is in the cause, but the cause is so myriad. The cause of the problem is so myriad that it really takes a multidisciplinary perspective to address all the psychosocial and socio-economic things. If you want to talk about what we as individuals, and I wish you could see me smiling now, can do to better our own lives, it really comes from understanding that your happiness cannot be dependent on those external factors. Understanding that God gave you a purpose in this life, and once you get aligned with your path of purpose, you will find the fulfillment that leads to all of these other things in your own life.
Now, a prior guest was talking about how decisions can affect our body functions. An example is if we have very high stress, we deal with things like cancers, we deal with heart disease, more so than other nations that have less healthcare facilities, and of course, less stress factors as well. Right. She went so far to remind us that the ALUs on our DNA are transformational. In other words, when our mind starts making decisions, even if our heart says I'm not happy, even if my head says I'm not happy, even if I'm walking into right now I'm in a broken state, I can make choices. And I start to transform. They start to little by little start to transform. Do you find that to be true? And how do you see that working out in the real world?
You just preached my whole platform right there.
Boom, drop the mic.
You know, the Bible clearly says that may you prosper even as your soul prospers. As goes the soul, as goes your entire life. You hit, I'm telling you, you just preached everything I had to say. I could just hang up right now because you said it. It's about the mental thing. See, we go through things in life and they twist the way we see things, our perspective. If you read this report, it talks about perceived happiness, and that this new factor that they've added into this whole research has to do with subjective happiness. It depends on how you see the world around you. We don't see things as we are. I'm sorry, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So our whole lives are colored in our perspective.
That's huge. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So it's like we have these glasses on based on our own, and we see the entire world based on our own circumstances, how I feel, and our feelings. The Bible even tells us our feelings are deceptive. The heart is deceptive above all things. So I'm looking through my feeling glasses. I need to take those off and say, you know what? I feel this way. It's true, but I need to choose to believe the voice of truth.
Come on.
Yeah.
Girl, hello. I'm over here shouting. Do you hear me? And I'm trying to get over a cold. I'm about to go hoarse over here because you're preaching my platform. When you said glasses, when we put on our glasses, they're in a frame. And then you have the lenses in this frame. And what you described is our frame of reference. Now, to get to your matter of your point about choices, Michelle, when we...
Hello? I think we just may have cut out of our guest. That's okay. Linda, there we go. I think we got you back.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what you missed, but I'll say it again. So when we go through life circumstances and trauma, it's tantamount to throwing mud on those glasses. Now, you got the glasses on. All you know is what you see, and to you, seeing through this mud is your reality. But anybody in relationship with you can see, hey, look, you got mud on your glasses. Okay? And so when you're making decisions based on a distorted view of the truth, then you take yourself down the wrong path. We're incapable of destiny decisions when we're looking through the frame of reference of glasses that are muddied by what we've been through in the past. You have preached the whole platform, my friend.
And it's so important because we are in a time where we ask that question, really, what is truth? Everything's subjective. There is no right, there is no wrong. It's I can make my own reality. But those glasses themselves aren't working for us in America. We see, according to the United Nations World Happiness Report that we are taking on with behaviorist Linda Williams, she's also the author of Whose Apple Is It Anyway? We can look at how we're dealing with things in society, and even according to the UN's World Happiness Report, America is becoming happyless and happyless. Less happy.
Yeah. And that report says that has to do with that Americans are reporting less social support, less sense of personal freedom, lower donations, which they say the donation issue is important, and more perceived, note the word perceived corruption in government and business. Now, all of those things are external. Mm-hmm. And if you can follow this train of thought, your sphere of control excludes everybody but you. And to the degree that we can master our own sphere of control, we will begin to have influence on the things that we have no control over. We've gone through a massive change here in the United States. On a spiritual level, we can take comfort in the fact that God is still on the throne. And all the prophets have been talking about a big major reset. The political environment did not escape the reset, okay? Mm-hmm. But what we can do in the midst of this, Michelle, is to stay focused on, Lord, what is my part? What can I do? What is within my calling, my ability, my purpose to facilitate the social change necessary? But not everybody is a picketer with the signs. Not everybody is a politician. Not everybody is a lawyer, okay? There's a particular part that you can influence in this whole overall scenario that's directly tied to your purpose. And so that's why I say set your goals. Understand the purpose behind the goal that you set and proactively address strategically the challenges that you will meet along the way. Our happiness cannot be in what we see going on around us, and that's why that's reflected in this report.
I just thank you so much. It has been so good talking with you. Linda Williams, she's certified personal and professional life coach, behaviorist, and the author of Whose Apple Is It Anyway? And, of course, our guest, live from Seattle. Do not be a stranger. You are a delight to talk with.
It's my joy. They can reach me at whosapple.org if they need any more information. It's been my honor, and I look forward to doing this again, Michelle.
You got it. Whosapple.org.